Thoughts on the Kingdom. The Kingdom Prophesied. Now this is number 2 in these prophecies of the kingdom. And the text I have for you is found in the book of Numbers and chapter 24 and verses 17 and 19. At least parts of those verses. Balaam is uttering his 4th oracle. And in Numbers 24, verse 17, he says, "A star will come out of Jacob. A scepter will rise out of Israel." And then verse 19, "A ruler will come out of Jacob." Numbers 24, 17 and 19. Now, please don't misunderstand what I'm doing. These are thoughts, brief thoughts, pointers, tasters, laying down markers to confirm the claim that I have made, that this matter of the kingdom is of high significance and vital importance throughout the Scriptures. I've made the claim that Christ speaks more of the kingdom than any other subject in his ministry. Gabriel has told Mary that the son that she would bring forth now, that this would be the fulfillment of all the prophecies, all the types and shadows and illustrations, that he will be and is the king promised in the Old Testament. And I've already referred in a previous discourse to Jacob's word, his blessing of the tribe of Judah in Genesis 49, verse 10. Now here Balaam. We move from Jacob to Balaam. Now I don't need to say much about this. He's prophesying that Jacob will produce a star. Out of Jacob, a star will come. Israel, out of Israel, a scepter will rise. And so there's no misunderstanding. We're talking about king and ruler and governance, a kingdom, a people over whom the king reigns. But this is explicit in verse 19. A ruler will come out of Jacob. Now, whoever this refers to, in passing, for example, David and Solomon, yes, I can quite see that. But the ultimate fulfillment is in the Lord Jesus Christ. That baby born in Bethlehem, as Gabriel says to Mary, that baby is the king, and of the increase of his government there will be no end. He shall rule the nations, as we have seen. And now he will come a ruler out of Jacob, out of Israel. A star, the morning star, the glorious Christ, will come. Now, this is all I'm doing, laying down the marker, trying to confirm what I have claimed. Here's the evidence. Here it is in the book of Genesis, very early in the Bible. Here we are, just after Israel has been formed into a nation. Balaam, for the various reasons he's been called upon to curse Israel. But here he is, he can't help himself. By God's power and spirit, he has to bless Israel. And the great blessing culminates in this. A star will come out of Jacob, a scepter will rise out of Israel, a ruler will come out of Jacob. And you can see now, it's building up this case. You can see how that the Jews would have this built into their DNA, how their culture would be expecting it. Now, we know the evidence is very clear that they misunderstood what this king would be and what this kingdom would be. I'm not saying that. Of course they misunderstood. Yet here it is. It's being laid down in the Scriptures. We're looking back centuries now, back through the New Covenant, back to the Old Covenant, back to Numbers, back to Genesis. But here is the picture. It's being laid down for us. This kingdom business, right from the very beginning of the Bible, is so vital, so important, plays such a major role. Well, I put it to you, that's all I'm trying to do, to encourage you to see the importance of this matter of the kingdom. We should be students of this kingdom. We should be thinking about this kingdom. The New Testament will lay it out very clearly for us, but let's get down to the basic principles first of all. Why did the Jews build so much upon this idea of the king and the kingship and the Messiah and the kingdom and all the rest of it? Well, because it's laid down in the Bible for them, and it's laid down in the Bible for us too. Here it is again. A star will come. There's no if or but or maybe about it. A star will come out of Jacob. A scepter may arise, no, will arise out of Israel. Perhaps, no, there's no perhaps. A ruler will come out of Jacob. And the Lord Jesus Christ, that baby in Bethlehem, that carpenter, that man hanging on the cross, that man who was crucified and laid in the tomb, that man is, was, and ever shall be the glorious King. And there is a kingdom over which he rules and reigns.